make sure. Okay. Well, part 11 is, of course, people should come with warning labels. And I think my phone should come with warning labels because I don't know why people feel the need to call me whenever I have my show. What is going on with that? What is... Anyway, so as I was saying, we're going to go ahead and get started today. And last week, I think it was great that I had a chance to take a hiatus because last week, I think I really got a chance to see some things on Devil's Advocate and several other rooms that were going on, and we really got us some very good material. Now, Head Sanford, do you understand what I mean when I say that we need to have people to have warning labels on them?
Yeah, those people that they got a selfish motive when they're dating, so they looking for something that you probably not looking for. You know, they looking to get you out of your money or resources, or they looking to play games. They looking for something that's going to only benefit them, so they putting up a front.
Right. And necessarily sometimes it don't always have to be about financial means. Sometimes some people are just no doggone good.
Yep, true.
And they're coming in your life to be no doggone good. Or they're basically what it is that they're coming in your life because their motive is flat out selfish, point blank, period.
Yep.
Okay. And those type of people are people that should come with warning labels. You know, I used to laugh. There used to be this cartoon they used to put out called, and it was used to be things that people see but don't say. And it used to come up, you know how in public bathrooms, people go and use public bathrooms, but then they come out and they don't wash their hands. So they had this little cartoon that whenever somebody comes in the bathroom and use the bathroom and walks out without washing their hands, the light will flash up in front of them and say, didn't wash hands. You see what I'm saying? So as they're walking out, and they would come and specifically hit that particular person as they were coming out. So it was like a warning label. And, you know, the people dealing with them like, hey, you might not want to eat what this dude is cooking, or you might not want to shake this person's hand because they just used the bathroom and didn't wash their hands. So my thing about it is we're talking today about people that should come with warning labels. And people that should come with warning labels are very interesting lot, just to say. The show this week is part 11 about people should come with warning signs on them. Yeah, I need to put a warning sign on you talking about it's fashionably late every Friday.
It will be called, no, I need a censor one. Yeah, one of those explicit material will follow.
Whatever. You know what? That's $5. I'm docking you $5. Okay.
Hey.
Yeah, because you got to come and represent for the sisters, because the sisters been messing up kind of something kind of bad this last week.
What would your warning sign be?
Well, my warning sign would be likes fur and goats. Now, how about that? Now, how you doing? Okay, so let's talk about the people that should come with warning labels. The warning labels. You know, we put a couple of posts in this week, and it was great that I get a chance to be in Mexico, in the land of tequila and sunshine and hurricane. And
where's my tequila?
What you mean, where your tequila?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I tell you what, I got some Cuban cigars over in the back over there.
Those suck. All you have to do is puff on those. You don't even get to do anything.
Don't worry, you're used to it.
You just hold it in your mouth.
You used to puff it. You're used to that puffing action.
No, I ain't used to hold nothing in my mouth that long. That's ridiculous.
Well, see, there go the problem right there. Anyway,
I don't have to.
You don't have
That's
to
not
hold
a problem.
nothing. Did you hear this? Did you, girl? Bye. Okay, so
we kept it PG.
No, we're not PG. But anyway, so here's how we go. We're going to start with the first part. If people come with warning labels, is perception versus reality. Okay. Have you ever dated you find you're a nice, strong, young gentleman, and it's like he might be kind of popular, maybe not be kind of popular.
He thinks he's popular. Yeah, I've dated a few of those.
Okay, a few couple. Yeah, you know, I've dated a couple of goats. You know, but and then you like date him, and then it's like as soon as you date him, everybody that needs to know something else about him got something to say about him to you.
Well, see, that's the problem right there. My warning label is shh. You won't know who I'm dating, when I'm dating, and if I'm dating.
Oh, so you like to keep him in the dark is what you're saying?
No, I don't keep him in the dark. I like to keep my business, and not everybody's business.
What does that mean?
What does what mean? My business is for me, And if you see me out, then you can speculate whatever you want to speculate. But I don't go around broadcasting who I'm dating because I don't want, one, some female making something up on me. For two, some guy to be making up some stuff on me and can't even print out my little, Natalie facts report. I don't even want to deal with that. So
really, you don't want to deal with that?
No.
So,
and I don't want to hear about his
hold on,
whatever facts report.
Just calm down, Power Ranger. Okay. So you saying that if you see in a specific spot with a dude 7, 8, 9, 10 times, and people seeing you, that you feel that the perception of what they should feel about what you, and that's the whole point. People don't really have to know you're dating a person. People can see you out and draw their own conclusions.
Exactly.
Okay, so if people can draw their own conclusions, there's going to be some gossip, especially in this little city. It's going to probably come your way about him, and people are going to ask you nice little tame questions. Now,
see, and that's the problem. People know not to ask me questions. I don't have that problem.
What you gonna do? You gonna whoop on somebody?
No, people just know that I don't really care. Whatever you got to tell me, that's in the past. It's not right now. So say what you want to.
Hold on. So if you're a woman beater,
9 times out of 10, I figured that out in the first few days.
How you figure that? Oh, you made him beat you, Tina?
Ain't no limo action going on up in this camp. No. But you can tell I've dated enough people and I know me well enough to realize how a person is by their mannerisms and their actions. People can hide what they want to, but people have tails. It's just like when you play poker. Everybody has a tail to the true them.
Okay, so we're going to go back to that because that's coming up too.
Like you, Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah. Well, everybody tells the tales. The problem is not whether or not they have the tales, whether or not you can read their poker face.
Exactly.
So we're going to talk about that too, because we're going to talk about true colors. Yeah, true colors. Because we talked about that yesterday in the room about how long does it take for somebody to show you their true colors. What are you laughing for? Okay.
Yeah, because I remember this one was
people try to hide their true colors.
She was dating this guy, and just the way he'll get mad easily at some stuff. He could just get like if it was sauce missing on his taco, he would just get so hot and upset.
Oh, he was like that perfect guy type dude.
Yeah, he would just get so up. And then she said that something told her to look him up and look his criminal. You know how you can look somebody up, Google him, or look. And come to find out, he had
are people doing that today? They running criminal background checks on people.
I do. I'm kind of selective. So
he had 3 or 4 cases.
Do that background check.
Hold on. Wait a minute, Dave. Do you want to come get a piece of this? They said, Okay. So you run a criminal background check on them.
Well, she was a
I'm
lawyer.
Googling them. I'm Facebooking them. I'm doing everything I can to find out any information about them, just like I do with my clients. Okay. So if I'm listing your home before I go there, I've seen your stuff. I know that you have family, you have kids. I know exactly what's going on because I don't want to be dating you down the line and you turn up be married in another state.
Okay.
So I'm cool.
Okay, but you do know there are people that got all sorts of stuff going on that just ain't hit the record books, right?
Okay, but your arrest is always out there. If you get a mugshot, I can find it.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. What about their civil history? What about that?
Civil history. Oh, yeah, that's the fun part. That's where you have to date them and ask certain different leading questions to figure out what it is that you want to know.
So if I date a person that seems to have a bunch of small claims against them, and they show that they've had people have to come after them for money they owe, that's not a red flag or a tail to you?
Not really, because some people hit bumps and roads and have to rise out the phoenix more than one time. Not everybody.
So
that stuff doesn't really bother me. Yeah, credit doesn't bother me. That's not an issue. Most people don't know about credit, so why am I going to default and not date somebody because he's just not knowledgeable in that area?
So wait a minute. So a woman not going to look at a man's credit?
Yeah, I'm going to look at it, but if it's fixable, it's fixable. If it's not and he just keep on making the same mistakes while I'm dating him, then you know what? Got to cut you loose. Got to go.
I need help, boo. My credit like 260, and I just need to get it. I need you to help me get it up there, because Django trying to buy his mansion. So.
See, and this is what you do: you refer them to somebody, even though I can do it.
Speaking
I'm
of
not
that,
going to do it because I'm not your wife. You refer them to somebody and let them do it. And if they take the action to go ahead and pay them and go ahead and do what it is, then okay, they're coachable. I can work with you. You want to grow. You want to do better. It's letting me know a bunch of things and attributes about them. Now, if they don't do anything with it, they don't want to grow, and they can't grow with me if they still staying in the same place and stagnant and comfortable. It ain't gonna work.
Okay. Well, while we were talking about credit building and stuff like that, I have one of my homeboys here. I've known him for a minute. In fact, he's one of my. I say he's my homeboy because he's from back home like me, and he's like me. He's been trapped down here for a while, and he's doing financial planning. And Fred, you got to help me with your last name, bro. Help me out here, Fred. Fred, say hello to the folks and give them your last name for me.
Hello, everyone.
Oh no, you don't, Nat. Just calm yourself, okay? If I get Stanley on you, okay?
Yeah. So my last name is pronounced Hinmiakana.
Oh, Hinmiakana.
Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, I've been called everything.
Call him alphabet.
Himinakini.
No.
Nakiyu. No.
Look, sometimes I got to spell that thing out phonetically and everything.
Right.
So, so no worries.
I need little pictures with it.
There you go.
Oh, you're a handsome brother now. You might want to calm yourself down. Don't let me get Stanley on you. And he bought him a new set of baby wipes for the all black affair.
Last time I checked, I'm a grown woman who's single, and I can do whatever it is I want to. I'm single until married.
That's another.
So
let me check that.
Let me
check that off right here. What gets people in trouble is their mouth with the thing.
I'm just saying, until it's a ring on his finger, I'm single.
Okay, all right, Mrs. I'm single. Okay, single.
You are too. Where your ring?
What you? Girl, bye. You ain't gonna get on this. Okay, Fred, we gonna hit you on the second half show, but I want you to join in for the brothers because Nat gonna try to defend the sisters and she can't. Okay, we're gonna try to defend the sisters.
This is what I got to come up against, the triple threat.
Yeah, well, hey, holler at your girl, Miss Muse. Holler, Miss Muse. We're talking about you today, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about this. The second people we want to talk about the crisis manufacturers. Now, the crisis manufacturers are the people. And gentlemen, y'all join me in here, including you, Dave, because I see Dave playing. He's playing Sonic on this. He's playing.
You mean the drama queen?
No. Well, not necessarily. The crisis manufacturers can be drama queens, but the crisis manufacturers. Have you ever been with somebody and y'all having a really good time in your dating, and you're seeing each other, and everything seems to be good except to one person? In other words, you think everything's going good with y'all. Y'all vibe pretty good. Y'all get along pretty good. Now, the relationship may have some bumps that need to be taken care of, but the problem is one person not happy and they're not telling the other person. But so before you know it, it's like you're Julius Caesar because the Roman Senate is getting ready to turn against you. And you don't even know. Et tu, Brute. It's called the crisis manufacturers. And before you know it, you've been involved with somebody for 6 months to a year, and they're not even happy being with you.
Well, that's why you ask that periodically. You have checkpoints. Are you happy?
No,
do you like this?
We
you like this when it's rolling?
We talked about this in part 2. Hold on, Fred wants to say it. Go ahead, Fred.
Oh, my God. This is crazy because I actually just got through the same exact situation like this.
You too, huh?
Yeah. So we talk about checkpoints.
Right.
Some people are not the best at communicating what's actually going on.
Right.
They can't even articulate. They don't even have a reference point to even go back to.
Right.
To even tell you what's really going on. They can't even put a word on it. But you can tell by the action.
You're dating the wrong person.
Oh, well, check this out.
Hold on, Miss Muse. Hold on. Girl, I'll karate chop you. Go ahead.
Sometimes you got to take it back to people's backgrounds. If mama and daddy didn't talk at home, when they get into a relationship, because they don't have their reference point.
Right.
They can't really give you something that they don't have within them to give you. Right. So you get into a relationship with them. They want to be in a relationship. They're in there day in and day out, but they still can't give you something that they don't have experience with. So that's what the relationship kept on going back and forth to.
Right.
I try to get things out of her. She just wouldn't know what to say. I'm okay. I'm happy. What do you want from me? I'm like, okay, look, how's this gonna work if you're not truly communicating?
Right.
We're not gonna be able to get anywhere if you don't talk to me. Well, her way of communication is say exactly what she needs to say, and she's done with the conversation.
Right.
Well,
that's part of the problem too. She hadn't grown to be comfortable with, to be able to say what and who and why she likes this. She doesn't know herself in order to be able to say, I truly like this. So that's not on you, and that's not even a relationship issue. That's something that should have been brought up in dating before you guys started courting. that she just got issues. She still got to get happy with herself.
Well, hold on, that cat. Because I mean, look, we're not just gonna throw this on sisters. Brothers are bad at it too. But I want to say this.
Exactly.
This the ominous part of it, and the ominous part of it is not necessarily people that don't know how to communicate what you're saying. And I agree with you, Fred. Some people don't know how to communicate. Some people will sit around here and they jump from hot to cold every other day, and that's the problem. Let me give you an example. I dated this woman, I want to say probably about 2 years, around 2 years, and she always had something to say about A, B, and C. Well, I'm not getting this, I'm not getting this, I'm not getting this. So, you know, after I got tired of hearing it, I gave her what we want. My mom always told me, give a woman what she wants, including distance. So whenever I given it to her, guess what? She didn't know how to handle it. She didn't. You want time? I give you time. Now you don't want time. Then it's an excuse why you don't have time. So it's the crisis manufacturers, and then it was a complaint about, well, you gave me A, B, and C. Now I don't have D, E, and F. I'm like, okay, so my thing about it is, and this is why I say the crisis manufacturers, because people that are good at manufacturing crisis will manufacture a crisis and try to jump out of a relationship with you based on a crisis that they manufacture. And then guess what the beautiful part about it is? They'll be the one to make you feel bad that the relationship doesn't work. Because
you know what I'm hearing?
What? That's good.
That's
the same thing with crisis manufacturers. They are negative. So if you see those attributes when you're dating them, again, male, female, run.
Well, here's the thing, now, Kat. Let me tell you how crisis manufacturers, let me tell you the tells that they give you when they're with you.
Let's hear it.
Everything that you do, they're going to have something negative to say about it. So in other words, the way you dress, they're going to have something to say about it. The way you groom yourself, even though you're grooming yourself, let me tell you something. If you groom yourself a certain way, Nat Cat, and you get 75 to 85% of the guys that like the way Nat Cat look, and you meet this one person that always has something negative to say about you looking the way you are, and you know, look, if you dressing slouchy and you don't care about what you do, that's one thing. But if you know that you've been able, Nat Cat, like I can pull me some Stanley and I can pull me some Fred. That don't get no ideas because I just mentioned his name because he's looking quite dapper today in the show.
You keep on mentioning this designer.
Girl, bye.
Somebody needs to know.
No. Okay, so if you know that you can pull the cookie cutter or the nice professional guy with that, and then you get a guy that you're with, and then all of a sudden everything you do, he's always going to see. You know, you have some people that are what I call glass half full, glass half empty type people. And if everything you do is always something that they got an issue with, then that is a problem. It's like it's nothing you doing is ever good enough for them. They're always going to find something negative, even in the positive. You'll do something nice for them, they're going to say, oh, this is not what I want. Or you do something nice to them, well, thank you, but. You know, if it was this is, you know, I've seen people I've given gifts to that sit around and say, oh, well, thank you, but that's not what I want. My point about it is the person thought enough for you to give you something.
And you should be appreciative that somebody's giving you a gift.
But instead of you being appreciative of it, you trying to critique about whether or not it's something you would buy on a Sunday afternoon. People don't, those are tells. Those are bad tells about people who are negative. And when they are negative and they're always throwing that negativity towards you, that's letting you know how they think about you. And really what it boils down to is just a lack of fundamental respect.
Well, I mean, let's be frankly honest here. I mean, what's inside of you always comes out. I mean, you know, you're only reflecting what's on the inside. And I believe that we're all a reflection. We're all a mirror. Every time you walk around, whether you're saying something negative about somebody else, it's truly what's on the inside of you. It's not you that she's got the problem against. It's herself she's got the problem against.
Right. Let me go and put that down because I think we get right here on that neck part, which is
true colors. I'm talking about somebody who's just toxic and negative. Run from them. They're not happy with themselves, and and you being with them is not going to make them happy. If they can't create their own happiness, you cannot aid to it. You can't help them nothing. Just do yourself a favor because you figured out how to create your own happy and find somebody else that can create their happy because you don't have to be together to be happy. If you ain't happy by yourself, something wrong with you.
And I think it should always go back to this. When you are in the dating phase of getting to know someone, you're in the discovery phase, right? The things that you're trying to discover is the person's values.
Right.
Okay. And I really believe that people really miss out on this. Because number one, you don't really know your own values, so it's kind of hard for you to ask somebody else about their values.
Right.
So what happens is that we look at the wrong things, such as physical appearance. Oh, I'm attracted to her. Oh, she's attracted to me.
Wow.
Oh, we good to go. Let's do this.
Fred gets a check on that one there.
And guess what? Chemistry only lasts for so long.
Thank you.
So
Thank
when
you.
when it's all said and done, what is it based off of? Because if it's not based off of values and things that really matter, then of course the relationship is not going to be sustainable anyway.
Thank you.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay. So just kind of taking it back to this young lady. All right. So she was happy in the relationship because I mean, even just dating her the short time, I just felt like, okay, you got some issues that need to be worked out.
Right.
Okay. Now, so because I know that, so I'm like, let's talk to a unbiased party, right? To kind of help reflect some of the things that I'm trying to communicate with you, because you obviously not listening to me. Okay, so
no, bro, you're putting people in your business.
You know,
let me go and get a check for Fred on that one there.
So because I felt that was so necessary, she's used to not communicating, right? So because she's not used to communicating, now I took her in front of a whole bunch of other people to communicate with. And, of course, they made her a bit more standoffish. And, of course, I knew that by me doing this was either going to pull us together or pull us apart.
Right.
I was excited about what the outcome was going to be, whether it worked out in my favor or not. Okay?
But you got to answer.
So when that decision happened, we did that exact thing. Guess what it did? It pulled us apart.
Right.
Okay, that could have been the best thing that ever happened to me, because all I ever did was chase her to try to get an understanding of who she was. I'll be up late at night trying to figure out what's wrong with this woman. Why is she communicating with me? Why is she talking? You know. So
what made you originally date her?
Well, the physical attraction. The physical.
Oh, that'll get you every time.
So check this out. Check this out. Men, we love with our eyes. Right. Women love with their ears. Okay. So the first thing that we see first, and we'll base everything off of that.
Right.
When we're that caramel brown rocket coming through.
If we're not at the place of maturity to properly check out a person, right? To properly ask the right questions.
Right.
How old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
I'm 31.
You're 31.
31.
So you'll
and being married.
As you get older, you won't be looking with your eyes. You'll start listening with your ears.
Right.
So when we say men. No, as you mature,
level of
that
maturity,
will
that's
change.
what I'm saying. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So,
I agree 100% with that.
What turns me on about a woman is what's between her ears.
Thank you.
Not what's between her hips.
Thank
that's
you.
Just me.
Definitely.
So.
That's okay, Fred. You can give him, brother.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, so once you reach a certain level of maturity, you start thinking a little bit differently about how you look at a person and the type of questions you ask to even see. And once you ask the question, you're also paying attention to see if the action matches up with what the person is saying. Right. Because everybody's going to give the best version of themselves on the first notice.
Oh, wait a minute. True colors. Let me just put a check
that first
that
6
right
months
there.
is the fake ship, is what I call it. You get all the extra.
No, but in fact, before we go to break, because we're going to go ahead and finish up. You married. I don't want you getting in trouble, so you just
I was out there. I know how it goes.
You give relationship advice,
he's married.
And this is what you do to get to those steps.
No, but let's talk about this. True colors, and that's the problem. People show you their true colors. So let me ask you this, and I've been seeing it on people, and I've made this saying that sometimes always the truth is not enough for people. Sometimes people's faith needs to be rewarded in other people, and it's a hurtful thing when people don't reward their faith in the faith that they put in you. So I agree to what your point is, Fred, is that you sit around and put faith in someone that this is what they want and this is what they're looking for, and then you find out your faith was not rewarded. You see what I'm saying? So let's talk about true colors.
That's good.
How long does it take for somebody to show their true colors?
6 months.
How long?
I don't think it even take that long.
Really take
no, it really
doesn't
take that long.
Yeah. I think
maybe a couple drinks.
Sometimes a couple of drinks. I mean, here's the reality. Sometimes we get too serious too fast.
Right.
If you go into a situation completely unbiased, completely just like, hey, let's just get to know each other, have fun. I'm not putting any type of strains on you. Just have a good time. Let's just be friends. Let's just, don't put the pressure that a lot of times, sometimes when you feel like you really want somebody, you're pursuing really hard, then you stop really losing sight.
Make sure. Okay. Well, part 11 is, of course, people should come with warning labels. And I think my phone should come with warning labels because I don't know why people feel the need to call me whenever I have my show. What is going on with that? What is... Anyway, so as I was saying, we're going to go ahead and get started today. And last week, I think it was great that I had a chance to take a hiatus because last week I think I really got a chance to see some things on Devil's Advocate and several other rooms that were going on, and we really got us some very good material. Now, Head Sanford, do you understand what I mean when I say that we need to have people that have warning labels on them?
Yeah, those people that they got a selfish motive when they're dating, so they looking for something that you probably not looking for. You know, they looking to get you out of your money or resources, or they looking to play games. They looking for something that's going to only benefit them, so they putting up a front.
Right. And necessarily sometimes it don't always have to be about financial means. Sometimes some people are just no doggone good.
Yep, true.
And they're coming in your life to be no doggone good. Or they're basically what it is that they're coming in your life because their motive is flat out selfish, point blank, period.
Yep.
Okay. And those type of people are people that should come with warning labels. You know, I used to laugh. There used to be this cartoon they used to put out called, and it was used to be things that people see but don't say. And it used to come up, you know how in public bathrooms, people go and use public bathrooms, but then they come out and they don't wash their hands. So they had this little cartoon that whenever somebody comes in the bathroom and use the bathroom and walks out without washing their hands, the light will flash up in front of them and say, didn't wash hands. You see what I'm saying? So as they're walking out, and they would come and specifically hit that particular person as they were coming out. So it was like a warning label. And, you know, the people dealing with them like, hey, you might not want to eat what this dude is cooking, or you might not want to shake this person's hand because they just used the bathroom and didn't wash their hands. So my thing about it is we're talking today about people that should come with warning labels. And people that should come with warning labels are very interesting lot, just to say. The show this week is part 11 about people should come with warning signs on them. Yeah, I need to put a warning sign on you talking about it's fashionably late every Friday.
It'll be called, no, I need a censor one. Yeah, one of those explicit material will follow.
Whatever. You know what? That's $5. I'm docking you $5. Okay.
Hey.
Yeah, because you got to come and represent for the sisters, because the sisters been messing up kind of something kind of bad this last week.
What would your warning sign be?
But my warning sign would be likes fur and goats. Now, how about that? Now, how you doing? Okay, so let's talk about the people that should come with warning labels. The warning labels. You know, we put a couple of posts in this week, and it was great that I get a chance to be in Mexico, in the land of tequila and sunshine and hurricanes. And
where's my tequila?
What you mean? Where your tequila?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I tell you what, I got some Cuban cigars over in the back over there.
Those suck. All you have to do is puff on those. You don't even get to do anything.
Don't worry, you used to it.
You just hold it in your mouth.
You used to puff it. Know that they weren't right, and I love them even still. Even if a person rejects you, it doesn't stop you from loving them. Right. Okay, it doesn't stop you from wanting to love them, even if you don't see them with you. It's something that goes deeper than everything else, and it's hard to have that type of conversation in an old school romantic type situation. It's hard to have that in a culture where everybody just wants to hook up. That's what all people want to do. They want to hook up.
Netflix and chill.
Yeah,
that
Netflix
crap.
and chill, and let's play around for a little bit. And here's the thing. Who said that you got to sit around here and love somebody before you actually commit to dating them? I've never been in love with anybody that I've committed to date. All I needed to know before I dated them was that they were a person that I was interested enough in to push forward with. Some people have told me they won't even date a person unless they're in love with them.
How do you date somebody and fall in love with them you don't even know them?
Because they don't.
Thank you.
I don't understand that. I want somebody to grow with.
Wrong basis, wrong education. They've been miseducated.
Like Lauryn Hill was miseducated.
Miseducated, yes. They're miseducated. They don't really understand what love is.
No, they don't.
You have to be used to being uncomfortable with that person to force and grow a bond.
That's a shame. I'll be dead next 3 years. But it took me 50 years to really understand that. Some people have no understanding.
Let me just, okay.
So, hey, Dave, go on, jump in there.
Y'all throwing that love word out here. Okay, so there is, and I hate to say that, Natalie, but I kind of agree with you, because your definition of love, your definition of love, your definition of love, and my definition of love is different. Regardless of what some might agree on the same thing, but at the end of the day, the term love and the concept of love is some nebulous thing out there that everybody spends their life searching for, which there is no concrete construct for it, which it fascinates me how we spend so much time on this thing called love, when we really don't really have any true construction of what it really is.
Well,
I didn't mean to get philosophical on you, but just kind of think about that.
You just did that, though, Dave.
You know, but he's right. But there's basis for that. My construct of love isn't the same thing as yours. Like me, I love my children, but you know why I love my children? They made me really uncomfortable, and I had to be really uncomfortable to bond with my children, to take care of them, and for us to grow together. So my version of love might not be the same hunky-dory, happy feeling. I'll be happy when she's asleep. I'm like, oh, you stayed up for 16 hours, now you finally asleep. Oh my God, I love you so much. My definition of love might not be the same as everybody else's. And with me, it's something totally different.
Natalie, I think you need to get off the caffeine and drugs as well. What I'm saying is, look, the love that you
smoke, I drink.
Hold on. What you gonna do? You Mighty Morphin Power Ranger.
And I drink this coffee. What up?
Okay, well, this is what I'm saying. There are different types of love spheres. You have agape love, which is the love you have for your fellow man and actually for your children. And then there's eros love, which is romantic love. So the love that I have for my mother, the love that I have for my siblings, the love I have for my children or my child and my son is totally different than the love I may have from someone who's totally foreign to me who came into my life. You understand?
Well, maybe I ain't found that person I love yet because I don't know.
And some people don't. Some people, let me tell you something. Some people get to my age before they find it. But that in love foolishness that I see a lot of women have used, it is all dependent. And I agree with Fred. And it's fine. It's funny because it took him 10 years less to try to figure it out than it took me to figure out. I've had so many women. Oh well, Django, you know, you be petting on my fur real nice, but you know I'm not. You know, I don't know if I'm in love. Well, if I'm petting your fur, what's the problem? I mean, how many men gonna pet your fur like I pet your fur? I mean, what's going on with you, woman? You know what I'm saying? So if you're telling me you're not in love, okay, cool. You're not in love. I don't know if that's supposed to be a good thing or a bad thing.
Maybe you should ask, is it the possibility that you can grow in love?
Some people don't believe that. They just figure if they feel it or they don't. And I don't know how that happens. Sometimes, let me tell you something. You know when I found out sometimes I really love people? And when they walked away. But that will tell you the truth of whether or not you really love them. Gone. Let them walk away from you and let them be serious about walking away from you. When you get to that point, you miss them and you think about the stuff that they do or did for you that you can now no longer get, and the stuff that how you when nobody else has your back now, that's gonna let you know right then and there. And I understand it could be from a selfish concept. But the fact of the matter is, let somebody who's had your back from day one sit around and cut you off. And then all of a sudden now you sitting up in that dark house thinking about, wow, all these other people that you gave your time and your heart to ain't got no time for you. But that one person who gave you everything, the person now you ain't got no time for. And here's the thing. People that I call the true colors people, watch them. Watch them. They're going to act a certain way when they think they're going to get something out of you. And then when they feel that they don't need you anymore, they're going to totally change their whole persona. When they come around here every day, they used to call you 5-6 times a day. Now all of a sudden, they ain't got 2 words to say to you. You call them, it's like you bothering them. They got something to do. I'll talk to you later. We'll talk later. No, we're not going to talk later.
That's because they figured out their label. They're like, oh, crap. They see through.
Oh, and that's another thing. Guys, and anybody disagree with me, fall through with this. Because, Fred, we're getting ready to jump into you after commercial.
Okay.
Oh.
If you want to end a fake relationship quick as a mug, let a person find out that you done figured them out. Let a person find out you done figured them out. Okay? Let me read in the book of Django here.
Like, you really smell like roses. And in other words, you smell like boo-boo.
Yeah. And book of Django... chapter 5, verse 3 say, who is zooming who, fool? Now, and what that means is, if you want those conversations to get quiet real quick, let a person figure out that you figured them out. That person gonna get defensive. That person gonna get real silly. Let me tell you something. I was talking to a lady in Real Talk Relationship Room, and let me tell you what she did. She was telling me, we were comparing some situations, and she said there was a guy in there that she was talking to. The guy lived in Idaho. He was black. Don't ask me how she found a black guy in Idaho.
I don't know.
I don't know. But she said she was talking to the guy, and she lives in Atlanta, and she said, her and the guy were talking. Now, that's a hell of a trip. But she said that she found this guy in Idaho. They were cool, had a little relationship thing going, and the minute that they were talking, she said they did a little, how you see in these discussion rooms, do a man crush Monday, or tag your crush and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
they were talking
stuff.
for 6-7 months. She tagged the guy. The guy who was all cool with her got upset and blocked her.
Why?
Because, she just put it,
Because he had a wife in
was just describing her
Idaho.
crush. She was just describing her crush.
No.
Hold on, woman. Hold on there, woman. She described her crush. The first thing dude did was got mad and said that he got mad because she was blocking, trying to mark her territory, and he blocked her. Now my question is, that just showed you, darling, your man with his true, your wanted to be man just showed his
intentions. He didn't have any right intentions.
Because what she found out was he was hollering at a woman in his own city, so she couldn't tag him because she just outed him all over social media.
Boom.
And see, and that's why I think it's funny when people show their true colors, because when people show their true colors, they're going to do all sorts of foolishness that's going to show you that you're not the one. You know why people can't do things and do things openly when we talked about reality versus pet? Remember when you talked about people knowing your business, Nat Cat? You know why people can't do it? Because let's just be real. And we're going to end on this one on the go to commercial. People can't out their business on social media because not only are they looking at you, they entertaining 2-3 other people in their inbox. They out here on the sly having entertaining 2 or 3 other different people. And if they sit around
it's
here,
not always entertaining.
No. Let me tell you why. If they tag you on Facebook, they have just taken themselves off the market. To all these guys or all these females that they want to holler at on the sly, but they waiting to see if you're gonna be the bigger and better deal. So what they don't, because we're going to put the game out there. We're going to put the game out there. No, but it ain't just sisters. It's dudes do it too. If the minute you tag that person on social media, you just done took yourself off the market. So that dude that was haunting you going to give you an uncomfortable inbox. Say, so you hollering at this dude. That's why people don't tag and put their business on Facebook, because they don't want to take themselves off the market unless they know that this is the person they really want to come out with. And if you tag yourself and take yourself off the market, guess what? You just done let every dude know who you think you can hook up with on the slide. I am unavailable. End of story.
Not everybody's looking for an extra hookup on the slide. They might not want somebody else in their.
What do you care? Let me ask you a question.
Your guy was texting.
Let me ask you a question. Let me tell you something.
The other day.
But here's my point. I had a girlfriend that was not necessarily attractive to me, but it didn't matter to me because she was a good woman. And as long
you just hurt her feelings, you know she's listening.
I don't care. Let her listen. Okay? Let her listen. It's over. Let her listen. What I'm saying was, she wasn't attractive to me physically, but I saw past that. I saw past it to the good person that she was. So, naturally, when me and her came out and was seen in public center, everybody like, ooh, that's not even Django type. I don't care. That's not my concern. Is whether or not you are concerned about who I'm sharing my bed with. If the person is a good person, I'm going to deal with them. But I realized into the relationship while Dave over there sniggling, okay, is that I realized that she wasn't exactly as attractive to me as I thought. But I dealt with her because she was good. You see what I'm saying? So
because of the possibility in the room to grow she had in her.
Do y'all actually put y'all relationships on Facebook?
No, we didn't put it. But we were together in a group setting, and I took the picture, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's Django girlfriend." I don't do all that just taking pictures and selfies. I had an ex years ago.
The ones that you see have all those pictures, those relationships never last. So why would I put my business on?
No, but what I'm saying is, if I'm seen in a group setting and somebody like, oh, ain't that the person that Django's seeing, or that the person that cat's seeing, I'm not gonna sit around here and try to hide it. And then we out somewhere and people see you with that person 5-6 times. They're not stupid. So stop playing people stupid.
But if you see me 5 or 6 times, you stalking.
I'm gonna tell you, son. Stop trying to entertain these people in your inbox. Stop trying to entertain these dudes on your phone. Stop trying to entertain all these dudes who you think you might want to hook up with. Stop trying to entertain these dudes who got girlfriends you waiting to slip up and mess up so you can slide in their bed. Okay.
Not everybody does that, though, Django. Not all people do that. 95% of people might do that, but there are a few.
Oh, that 1-5%. Well, you ain't that 5% by. We getting off.
Don't
we taking
do
us
that.
a break.
My inbox, my DMs, everything dry in a mug, and I like it that way.
You like it dry? It's dry. Okay. Well,
yeah.
Well, we gonna get baby wipes on the phone shortly.
He
gonna hook you up.
Just call me that good running back. I got that good stiff arm. I'm gone, boop. I ain't got time for you.
Get off my phone. We gonna take a break, and we will be back, and we're gonna talk to Fred about financial planning. We were talking while we were gone about the accessibility of social media for people that like to cheat. So we go with the warning labels and how people try to look up warning labels. And I want to take a shout out to one of our administrators, Ms. Nikki Green. She put a post out yesterday. Is about how people sort of try to say they don't be on Facebook and be lying.
Why you always lying?
Yeah, why you lying? You ain't got a lot of kicking.
Why you always lying?
And here's the thing. Now, I don't know if you heard us. Dave was saying this. We've had this conversation on part 2 and 4 is about how social media has opened up the area for people to cheat. And I don't say it necessarily has opened it up for people to cheat, but it definitely increased the spear for you to have access.
It just made it easier.
But it definitely has opened up the access for people to get caught. Because 75% of people who get caught on social cheating get caught on social media. Let's just be honest. And before social media, it was pages and cell phone. Before it was smartphones, it was pages and cell phone. How did you get caught in the pager and cell phone areas that you messed around?
You can delete those
and left your pager at your girl house. You saw those numbers call. And then people used to make them calls from payphones. Payphones are now non-existent. And let's just be honest. Since when did people start putting lock codes in their cell phones? Remember, lock codes in your cell phones were made for people to not get access to your personal information in case you lost your phone. Remember that? Now people put lock codes in their phone to keep their mate from accessing their phone because they don't want people seeing what they're doing.
Sorry, if we're dating, your fingerprint going in my phone and my fingerprint going in your phone, I ain't got time to be playing with you.
Girl, bye. I wish you would. You better be paying some bills around here. So what I'm saying is,
I ain't got to pay no bills, boo-boo.
Since when did privacy take precedent over people being accountable and transparent? Let me tell you something. When I lock my phone, I have 2 phones. I lock my phone because I don't want no crazy leave my phone. You know me, I'm always running and moving. I may leave my phone at a restaurant or I'm out of town and may leave it in a store. I don't want no crazy deranged Trump supporter get my phone and deciding that they're going to call my woman and threaten to kill her. Or go and find where my son lives and go find him. Now people are putting lock codes in their phone so they can't find out what they're doing. Oh, well, you shouldn't have been going through his phone. Well, because I saw what you did doesn't excuse the fact that you did it. So you're telling me that you not getting caught in the lies, the same thing as telling the truth? Girl, bye. You know what? Let me talk to Fred. How you doing, Fred? How you been doing today?
Excellent.
Okay, let's go and talk about you. You're a financial planner. Go and tell people about